Hello there, Prism Engineering community. My name is Toby Schnars, and welcome to another Prism Tech Tip, where today we're going to talk about using Control-Q to force regen. This is one of my favorite shortcuts in the software and one that I use all the time. Every time I use SolidWorks, I use the Control-Q shortcut. Now this is part of our 25 tips in 25 days to celebrate 25 years of Prism Engineering Incorporated. Prism got started back in 1991, and in 2016 we're still going strong. So I often like to relate the Control-Q command to the hammer of SolidWorks. If you ever have anything funky going on in the software, Control-Q will often fix that funkiness. So what do I mean by that? Well, let's say you have a feature that doesn't reflect the correct height, or an equation that does not resolve, or you've got a part with different face colors and those face colors aren't showing up properly. Control-Q, and often those issues will be resolved. Let's say you're working in a drawing, and in the drawing there's a title block, and the title block is not updating properly, or the drawing views are showing with that weird area hatching or not updating properly. Control-Q, and that'll often resolve those. Or let's say you've got an assembly with mates not updating, or the configurations aren't displaying properly, or just anything else funky that happens in the software, Control-Q will often resolve those issues. Well, why does that happen? Well, if you look at this solution at the SolidWorks knowledge base, you can see that the Control-Q command is actually a more elaborate rebuild than a standard rebuild command. Let's take a look at the section that says Parts, next to where it says Answer. And you can see that it says Control-Q causes a complete rebuild of all the features in the model. So it starts at the top of the tree and then it works its way down through the entire part model. The Edit Rebuild operation, Control-B, only rebuilds new or changed features and their children's. In an assembly, the Control-Q key will go through and rebuild every single mate in the assembly. So if you have mates that aren't working properly, Control-Q will often resolve them, where maybe a Control-B would miss them. And in a drawing, a Control-Q will rebuild any drawing views that are based on a sketch line. So if you've got a detail view or a section view, and they're displaying with weird area hatching, Control-Q will resolve them as well. So the model that I'm going to show you in a moment here is a SolidWorks model with just 4 features, a rectangular base and then a cylindrical boss. Then the corners are filleted on the rectangular base, and then finally the top of the cylindrical boss is filleted. And we're going to change the height of that cylindrical boss from 3 inches to 2 inches and simply press enter. We're not going to rebuild. And if we look in the tree, we'll see that that feature, the cylindrical boss, actually gets a little rebuild light next to the icon in the feature tree. Now this tells SolidWorks that if we press rebuild, the rebuild icon or Control-B, that feature needs to be rebuilt, and that the feature at the bottom of the tree, which is a dependent feature, also needs to be rebuilt. What a Control-Q does is it starts at the very top of the tree and it just works its way all the way down. And although the Control-Q is more elaborate and therefore takes a little bit longer, the difference in time is often a matter of microseconds or occasionally a few seconds. And so I feel like the payoff is totally worth those extra few microseconds or even those extra few seconds to ensure that everything in the tree has been rebuilt and that there's no errors in the tree. So let's take a look at the SolidWorks software and see how this is done. So here you can see I'm in the SolidWorks 2016 software working on this model. Now although I'm working on this in the SolidWorks 2016 software, this shortcut has actually been around for quite a while. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to turn off Instant 3D. If Instant 3D is on, as soon as we make a dimensional change, the geometry will update. So you want to make sure that Instant 3D is disengaged. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to double click on this face of the cylinder to bring up its dimensions. I'm going to take this dimension for 3 inches high and double click on it. I'm going to type in the new value 2 and I'm going to press enter. Now you can see that if we examine the feature tree, there's a little rebuild light next to the cylindrical boss. And if I come up to the top of the screen and press the rebuild icon here, we'll see that the feature rebuilds, it changes to the correct height of 2 inches, and the rebuild completes almost immediately. If I press Control-Q on my keyboard, on the other hand, what happens is I actually get a little Windows light, and you can see here that the difference is truly negligible. And it will often be negligible until you get into a very complicated model. And so that's why it's totally worth it to use Control-Q, because you're going to get a true rebuild from the top of the tree all the way down. So that's it for the SolidWorks demonstration. I just wanted you to see what I mean by using a Control-Q and see that little rebuild icon. As a reminder, the Control-Q is a more elaborate rebuild, so therefore it does take a little bit longer, but it often goes through the entire feature tree and fixes any little things that are funky, whether you're working in part mode, assembly mode, or drawing mode. If you you want to see more details on this, you can go to the SOLIDWORKS knowledge base and search for solution S-056868. And on a personal note here, I use Control Q exclusively. I don't ever use the Control B command. I just use Control Q. It's already over there with my left-hand shortcut, so like the Escape key or the Control Q key, Control S, Control Z for undo. These are all commands that I'm always using with my left hand. My hand is already hanging out in that area of the keyboard, so it just makes sense for me to use Control Q. So I hope you guys enjoyed that tech tip. That's going to complete it for today, but I want to remind you to make sure you check out some of our other tech tips at our YouTube page and also at www.prismeng.com. I want to thank you very much for tuning in today and remind you that this is just one of 25 tips to celebrate 25 years of Prism Engineering, and we're going to give out these 25 tips across 25 days, one tip every single day. So be sure to tune back in for that next tip, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.